Alright everyone, RJ here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before I get started in with this video, I want to say that I do apologize for recording this format a lot here lately. I prefer to be behind the camera doing reviews and stuff like that, but I'm currently doing some rearranging and my review table and all like that right now is kind of inaccessible as I'm trying to get everything just kind of, rearranged and stuff. So bear with me. I will have that done here shortly. So I'll be doing a couple of videos like this here, but hopefully behind the camera again soon. So some like this here are okay, but yeah, I like doing videos behind the camera. But anyway, Pixel season is right around the corner. Okay, Pixel 8, Pixel 8 Pro. So I thought it would be nice to bring out the Pixel 7 Pro, which was their top phone last year, and give you my thoughts about it over close to a year of owning this phone now, using this phone as a daily for a while, using it on Wi-Fi, playing games with it, social media, just overall using the phone. So I want to start off first with the build. Now the build made out of glass on the back, glass on the front, you know, aluminum on the sides. It's just a premium feeling device, okay? I mean, this phone is a lot like the devices you see today. However, a lot of phones now are going to more a matte finish, which I do like better. Less fingerprints and smudges and stuff like that. This one here is more shiny. As you can see right there, I may end up putting it back in its case because that right there is just kind of annoying because it's just so reflective and everything. But it is a nice look, very premium feel in the hand. Just a really good overall look. Now, the design has been something that's been kind of one of those like or dislikes. However, I really love the design and redesign of the Pixel, the way that it looks on the back. Okay, with like this, you know, this whole bar across here. I mean, it's very, you just always know when someone's using a Pixel because it's really the only phone that has this camera bar back there like this, you know. I mean, you got iPhones that's been just been the same for the last 5 years, going on 5 years, and other phones, you know, looks a lot alike. So it's nice to see a little bit of difference here with the Pixel, you know, being a little bit different and kind of going, you know, different than what you're normally seeing on phones today. Now, I decided to put back in this case, this sort of fake leather case here. But yeah, now one thing that I have noticed, you know, a lot of people talking about with the back camera area is how bad it gets scratched. I know someone with the Hazel, and theirs is scratched, and mine seems to be scratch free. No scratches, no problems like that, which I'm really glad to see that here. So that's really good. No glass cracking back there on the camera. You heard a few reports that people are still talking about for some reason. No complaints here with that. Also, want to say this here, kind of cut in a little bit. I have noise isolation on the Pixel 7, which I'm on right now. The AC does cut on and off, so you may hear a little bit of the hum sound. We'll let y'all know that there. So no professional microphone here, no headset, nothing like that. Just straight to the mic here of the Pixel 7. But I would say the design overall, you know, the curved screen, I'm not too crazy about. I wish they would go more of a flatter display. But overall, I would say that, you know, it's just fine. Now, the performance on this phone has been great, okay? You know, I hear a lot of complaints about this and this and that. Just put that out of your mind, all right? The Tensor Gen 2 chip is pretty solid, okay? You can play mostly any game that you want to play. Social media is going to be just fine for you. You know, what most people use their phones for, this phone's going to perform and going to be up to the task of doing basically whatever you want it to do, okay? It is paired with 12 gigabytes of RAM, and you got different storage configurations. Mine's 128 gig. You can go from there if you want to. Performance has been solid. I've not had a bit of issue with performance. It's just been good. Now, if you are an extremely, I mean, if you just like to just run your phone into the ground, then of course you might see better performance from an 8 Gen 2 and stuff like that or whatever. But from what I feel most people use their phones for, it's going to do just fine. And you're not going to have much of an issue, you know, with the Pixel 7 Pro if you decide to pick it up. Next of all is a problem that people keep on addressing over and over and over again, and it's getting on my nerves, and that is the heating problem, okay? So along with, you know, the goods, I'm going to put in some bads or some negatives or something that, you know, you've been hearing about, you know, along with this video. And that is, this phone does get warm, okay? Like I've said in some live streams, like I've said in other videos, if you got a phone that's this thin, okay, and you have 2 main cores powering this phone, you know, and you got this thin of a form factor, you don't have fans blowing out, you know, the heat or anything, whatever, where's it going to go? You know, if you have I mean, I got phones from Samsung, OnePlus, of course, Pixel, and I can name I can name other brands that get just as hot as my Pixel does, okay? You know, does Pixel get a little bit warmer, a little bit faster? Yes, it does. I will admit that. But have I ever really had a problem with my phone just stop working? I personally haven't. You know, I've used the camera. You know, the phone's been hot, recording in 4K 60. And the phone gets warm, but it's never got like hot potato. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just, you know, it gets hot. It gets warm. It's a little electronical device with all that power pushing it and nowhere for the heat really to go. So hopefully maybe the Tensor Gen 3 coming out with the Pixel 8 and 8 Pro may fix some of that heating that it does have. I will admit it does get a little bit warm, but definitely nothing to keep on complaining and whining about. You know what I'm saying? So got to throw that out there as well. Now, along with that is battery life. Now, 5,000 milliamp hour battery, I think, in this phone. Does a really good job, okay? Is it the best battery I've ever seen on a phone? No, okay? Battery does a very good job, but I do have phones that would absolutely smoke this in battery life. But of course, you know, processing, this, that, if you got 120 hertz on, you're on Quad HD, you're on all this stuff or whatever. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's other phones with sort of same, similar specs. Does get better battery life. A lot of it's got to do with the processing chip. A lot of it's got to do with this, that, and the other. The phone runs a lot hotter. Sometimes it'll run the battery down more. And that's just the way it is, okay? So battery, I would say, has been decent. It'll get you to a full day. If from people that I know with the Pixel 7 Pro, they use their phone all day long, using GPS all day long. They're in and out with their phone. Phone sits in the sun, on a mount and everything or whatever. With GPS turned on, their phone has never had a problem. You know, and they go through the whole day, and usually by the nighttime, late at night, they got their phone back on charge. So, from what they tell me. So, I would say that, you know, battery life for me has been good. No problems, no real issues. I don't run my phones extremely hard unless I'm, you know, doing them for YouTube videos, a lot of editing, stuff like that. Of course, that's going to zap the battery a whole lot faster. But I would say battery life on par, slightly less than some others, but still not bad. Now, we know when it comes to Pixels, you know, they are the punching bag since LG left the scene. I've said that numerous times. If there's anything to nitpick about with a Pixel, people will find it. People will keep on about it. They won't shut up about it. And now, y'all know me, okay? I've said this over and over again. I want to be brutally honest in my reviews. I don't care who likes it, who doesn't like it. I want to just speak my truth and what I think, you know, regardless of what phone it is, if it's a Samsung, if it's a OnePlus, if it's a Pixel, whatever it is, I'm going to say whatever I feel like saying, because if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. If there is an issue here or there that's not going to get fixed, maybe, you know, like I said, the heating issue, it's not going to go anywhere, okay? People need to stop whining about that, you know, and complaining about this, that, and the other. You know, it's a good phone, you know? So, yeah, I mean, We know that if there's any little issue with the 8 and 8 Pro coming out, believe me, it's going to be ran through the mill and everybody's going to believe it and all this other blah blah bull crap. So sorry, had to rant there a little bit there, but you know what? If it ain't causing that much of a problem, that much of an issue, just get over it, okay? Now moving on from that, I may have lost some of you there. If I did, whatever. But next up is the cameras. And the cameras, some of the best point and shoot cameras you're going to see on any phone. They're just good. Now, I've seen some camera comparisons where it's like, it's way down less than some other phones. And I'm like, are these things just being, purposely altered or, to make it look worse than what it really does? Because I'm telling you, I've seen some camera comparisons and I'm thinking my Pixel looks better than that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that whole situation. I can't say one way or the other, but the point and shoot capabilities of this phone, spot on, top notch. Telephoto lens is really nice as well. Front camera takes some very good selfie pictures as well. I would say where it is lacking a little bit is in the video quality. It's not as sharp as some others like Samsung and others like that. But as far as, they are stepping up. And hopefully with the 8 and 8 Pro, they do step up in the video department here on the Pixels. Not saying these here are bad, because these here are not bad. I have done numerous YouTube videos with Pixels, using a Pixel 7 right now on the front-facing camera. And I have done reviews with the Pixel, and it looks just fine. Hopefully they can just get a little bit better, a little bit more crisp in their video quality. That would be nice, and all that kind of good stuff there. So I would say, overall this phone is really good. And the good thing about it is you can pick this phone up right now brand new. Some places I've seen for under $500. For a flagship top-notch phone, it's going to pretty much give you whatever you basically need in a phone. So the new series is starting with this video that I've mentioned. With the Pixel 8 and the Pixel 8 Pro coming out, should you waste your money buying a Pixel 7 Pro? And I would say that if you really don't care about spending top dollar for the 8 Pro when it comes out, yes, you're going to get probably some better cameras. You're going to get the newer Tensor chip. But if you really don't care about that much, yes, I would say waste your money on the 7 Pro. Especially if you can find one for, well, I hate to say under 500, because I'm telling you, this is a really good flagship phone, regardless of what anybody says. But if you can get this phone, at a really good price, 500 or less, absolutely waste your money. I recommend it 100%. I think it's a great phone, and not really had any issues with mine. And that's my final thoughts, basically, is the fact that it's been a really good phone, a very solid phone. The screen looks really good. Quad HD OLED panel here, 120 hertz. I know I didn't really hit much on the display and stuff like that, but we know, it is an OLED panel. Quad HD, it looks good. My final thoughts is this is a solid phone. It's been solid, and I think it's going to be solid for several more years to come. So, should you waste your money? I would say yes, unless you just want the latest and greatest coming out here in a month or two from Pixel with the 8 or 8 Pro. So, longer than I wanted the video to be. Of course, again, I'm trying to slim it down, but it's hard to do sometimes. But that's all I want to say about this. So if this was helpful and informative in any way, hit that like button. Any questions, leave it down in the comment section. I may get some hate because I did go off on a rant a little bit, but that's okay. Also, if you're new around here and you want to see these just brutally honest reviews, okay? I mean, where I don't mind speaking my mind. And if people like it, they like it. If they don't, I don't care. I'm going to give it to you real. As real as I can, but it's all based on my personal opinion. So, if you're new around here and not a subscriber, please consider subscribing and turn on that bell for all post notifications, and hopefully YouTube will send them out to you. And come on back and watch some videos. I sure would appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.